Success. Everyone talks about it. Everyone wants it. Yet very few truly understand what it takes to achieve it. And even fewer know how to keep it once they have it. What if I told you that the real secrets of success are not hidden in complicated theories or in the hands of a privileged few? What if the keys have been here all along? Shared by a man who mastered the art of personal growth and turned ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. Today, we unlock the timeless wisdom of Jim Rohn, the mentor of mentors, the architect behind countless success stories. Simple, practical, life-changing. Get ready, because what you're about to discover could alter the course of your future forever. Welcome to Success Secrets Unveiled by Jim Rohn. Let's begin. If you asked Jim Rohn what is the first and most important secret of success, he would answer without hesitation: success starts with personal growth. Success doesn't start with the job you have, the opportunities you get, or the environment you live in. It starts with you, with how you continually grow, improve, and elevate yourself each day. Jim Rohn famously said, "Work harder on yourself than you do on your job." This might sound counterintuitive in a world that glorifies hard work, overtime, and racing against deadlines. But the truth is, the job you're doing today only reflects temporary results. The person you become determines the value you create in the long run. When you focus on personal growth, improving professional skills, expanding your knowledge, nurturing positive thinking, and building strong character, you don't just become better at your current job. You evolve into someone who can create value wherever you go. And that value becomes a magnet that attracts success, opportunities, wealth, and meaningful relationships. On the other hand, if you only focus on working harder without investing in yourself, you will eventually stagnate. As the market shifts, technologies evolve, and circumstances demand higher capabilities, you'll be left behind if you haven't continuously upgraded yourself. Personal development isn't a casual activity. It requires serious commitment, reading books daily, learning from mentors, attending advanced courses, practicing new skills, and, most importantly, cultivating a mindset of ambition, humility, and perseverance. Every small improvement today accumulates into a massive leap for your future. Jim Rohn often emphasized, if you want a better life, don't demand that the world changes. Change yourself. Because when you change, everything around you changes. When you become a person of higher value, you don't have to chase success. Success will naturally find you. One of the most fundamental principles that Jim Rohn consistently emphasized is, take 100% responsibility for your life. It sounds simple, but truly living by this principle requires maturity, courage, and a high degree of discipline. In reality, the natural human reaction when facing hardship, failure, or injustice is to blame circumstances, other people, or a lack of luck. However, Jim Rohn pointed out that blaming does not improve your life. On the contrary, it strips away your power, making you a victim in your own life story. When you blame, you are silently declaring that you have no control over your destiny, that external factors dictate your success or failure. In contrast, when you choose to take full responsibility, you reclaim your power. You realize that while you cannot control everything that happens, you can always control your response and your next actions. This sense of agency is what ultimately drives personal growth and lasting achievement. For example, when facing failure in business, instead of blaming the economy, competitors, or customers, a responsible person asks, what did I not do well enough? Where can I improve? What lessons do I need to learn to succeed next time? These questions open the door to growth and progress. While those who blame remain stuck in bitterness and stagnation, those who take responsibility move forward, becoming stronger with each step. Jim Rohn also emphasized that true freedom begins when you take responsibility. When you stop blaming parents, teachers, the government, or your environment, You gain the liberating realization that you are in charge of your life. And when you believe you have the power to decide, you act more boldly, creatively, and persistently. In short, taking 100% responsibility for your life is not a burden, it is a privilege. It is the fastest path to personal growth, true success, and lasting happiness. You are the primary force, the architect of your destiny. And the best part is, you can start this moment, right now. In today's world, many people believe that success belongs only to those who run faster, compete harder, or get luckier than others. They dive into endless races, constantly chasing fame, money, and opportunities, as if success were something out of reach that must be hunted down. But Jim Rohn revealed a crucial truth: success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. This means that real success doesn't come from chasing harder. It comes from becoming a more valuable person. When you focus on developing your skills, refining your character, expanding your thinking, and increasing your inner value, you naturally become attractive to the opportunities, relationships, and achievements you desire. Like a magnet, you don't have to chase scattered pieces of metal. When your energy and value are strong enough, everything aligned with you is drawn toward you. Conversely, if you lack inner growth, no matter how much you chase, success will either remain out of reach or be short-lived. Jim Rohn often asked, "Who must you become to achieve what you want?" This is the core question. If you want a higher income, become a person of higher value. If you want better relationships, become someone people want to connect with. If you want greater opportunities, become someone worthy of receiving them. More importantly, when you transform from the inside out, you don't just attract external success. You also cultivate confidence, fulfillment, and a deep sense of meaning in life. Because at that point, success is no longer a distant goal you exhaust yourself chasing. It becomes the natural outcome of your continuous growth and maturity. In short, success is a reflection of who you are. Don't ask, "What must I do to achieve success?" Ask instead, "Who must I become to deserve success?" When you embrace this mindset and dedicate yourself fully to personal growth, you won't have to chase success. Success will find you. One of the most important lessons Jim Rohn left for the world is the power of setting clear and inspiring goals. He said, "Goals are like a magnet. They pull you toward your dreams. Without goals, people become lost, directionless, and easily swept away by external circumstances." Jim Rohn emphasized that success never happens by accident. It is the result of having clear, specific, passionate goals and committing to moving closer to them every single day. When you have a goal, you have a reason to wake up each morning with energy and excitement. You know where you are headed, and every small action throughout your day carries meaning in bringing you closer to that destination. In contrast, without goals, you can easily get caught up in trivial matters, reacting passively to life rather than creating it actively. You might stay busy all day, but in reality, go nowhere. Like a ship without a rudder, you drift, left at the mercy of the waves and the winds. Jim Rohn advised that your goals must be clear and powerful enough to ignite true commitment. A vague goal like "I want to be successful" will not drive strong action. Instead, you need to specify, "I want to double my income within the next 2 years," or "I want to complete my MBA by the age of 30. Or I want to run my first marathon within the next 12 months. The clearer the goal, the stronger its pull. Moreover, goals must be paired with realistic action plans. A dream without a plan is just a fantasy. Jim Rohn encouraged breaking big goals into small, achievable steps and committing to consistent daily action, even if it's just a small move forward. Ultimately, Jim Rohn believed that goals do not just change your results. They change who you are. On the journey toward your goals, you develop new skills, build willpower, cultivate discipline, and grow into a stronger, wiser person. The achievement itself is just an external reward. The greatest reward is the person you become in the process. If there is one factor Jim Rohn consistently emphasized as the key to unlocking success, it is personal discipline. He once said, "Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Without discipline, no matter how lofty your goals or how vivid your dreams, everything remains just empty promises." Personal discipline is the ability to do what must be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's the inner strength that pushes you to get out of bed when the alarm rings, to finish your tasks when you feel lazy, and to say no to temptations that would distract you from your long-term vision. Success does not come from occasional bursts of effort, it comes from small, consistent actions repeated every single day. Jim Rohn also pointed out that daily habits are the foundation of great achievements. A simple habit like reading 10 pages a day can turn you into an expert in your field within a few years. A habit like saving 10% of your income each month can build lasting wealth over time. Small changes, when practiced consistently, compound into massive transformations. However, cultivating discipline is not easy. Human nature tends to seek comfort and avoid difficulty. That's why many people start with enthusiasm but soon quit when challenges arise. To build discipline, Jim Rohn advised starting with small commitments and keeping your promises to yourself. Every time you honor a small commitment, like exercising for 15 minutes, journaling every night, or learning a new vocabulary word daily, you strengthen your self-trust and reinforce your willpower. Personal discipline not only helps you achieve success but also grants you true freedom. When you master yourself, you are no longer a slave to temporary emotions or external circumstances. You gain the power to choose, to build, and to shape your life on your own terms. In short, if your goals are the destination, then discipline is the road that leads you there. There are no shortcuts. There are no miracles. Only the consistent choice, each day, to take the right actions. And when you embrace discipline as your loyal companion, success becomes inevitable. One of Jim Rohn's most famous philosophies about success is, formal education will make you a living, self-education will make you a fortune. This quote highlights that learning doesn't stop when you leave school. In fact, real learning only truly begins at that point. If you want to achieve lasting and sustainable success, you must commit to lifelong learning. Formal education is important. It provides the basic knowledge and initial skills needed to start your journey. However, in today's fast-changing world, what you learn in school is only a beginning. New knowledge, new technologies, and new opportunities emerge constantly. Successful people understand that if you don't keep learning, you will quickly become obsolete. Jim Rohn believed that self-education, the act of actively seeking knowledge beyond traditional classrooms, is the real game changer. Self-education happens through reading books, attending training sessions, learning from mentors, gaining real-world experiences, and constantly asking questions. When you take charge of your learning, you not only improve your technical skills but also develop independent thinking, creativity, and adaptability, all crucial traits in the modern era. More importantly, self-education shows that you take full responsibility for your growth. Instead of waiting for someone to teach you, you proactively seek out knowledge and turn it into your personal advantage. When you make learning a daily habit, reading a chapter before bed, listening to podcasts during your commute, attending workshops each quarter, you'll find yourself steadily advancing, even while others remain stagnant. Jim Rohn also emphasized that great success doesn't belong to those with the highest degrees, but to those who never stop learning. It is the hunger for knowledge and the commitment to constant personal growth that creates true breakthroughs. In short, if you want to build a solid future, make learning a way of life. Investing in yourself is the highest return investment you can make. And in today's rapidly changing world, The fastest learners are the ultimate winners. Jim Rohn powerfully stated, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." This quote has become a cornerstone truth for anyone who understands that success is never a solitary journey. Every step forward in life is deeply influenced by the environment you surround yourself with and the relationships you choose to build. Success cannot be separated from community. No matter how talented or determined you are, you need a positive network to support you, inspire you, and push you to go further. A high-energy, uplifting environment helps you stay optimistic during tough times, receive honest advice when you are uncertain, and find the motivation to keep moving forward. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with negative, cynical, or complacent people, no matter how ambitious you are at first, you will eventually be pulled down to their level. A negative environment drains passion, kills dreams, and makes it easy to settle for mediocrity. Jim Rohn advised that you must proactively choose your companions just as carefully as you choose the path you walk. Seek out people who share your values, a growth mindset, honesty, ambition, and positivity. They don't have to be the most successful people right now, but they should be those who are striving every day to become better. Building strong relationships isn't just about making friends. It's about giving and receiving value. Jim Rohn emphasized that you must also become the kind of person others want to connect with, someone who listens, supports, and shares generously. A good network doesn't just provide career opportunities, it helps you grow emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. Remember, in your hardest moments, it won't be your degrees or reputation that lift you up. It will be the people around you. In short, building strong and positive relationships is an essential strategy for achieving real success. Because, in the end, the journey to your dreams is not just about how far you can walk alone, but who you walk with on the journey towards success. Jim Rohn didn't just talk about personal growth or goal setting, he also emphasized a crucial but often overlooked factor, financial discipline. As he said, "It's not enough to be good at earning money. You must also know how to manage and invest it wisely." Many people believe that if they could simply earn more money, all their financial problems would disappear. However, Jim Rohn pointed out that the real issue isn't how much you make, it's how you use what you make. There are countless cases of people earning hundreds of thousands, even millions, yet still living paycheck to paycheck because they lack discipline in spending and asset management. Financial discipline starts with the simplest habit, saving a portion of your income before you spend anything, rather than saving whatever is left over. Jim Rohn recommended setting the principle of paying yourself first, meaning that as soon as you receive income, set aside at least 10% for savings or investments aimed at building your future. This isn't just a smart financial move, it's also a way to cultivate a mindset focused on long-term security rather than short-term gratification. Beyond saving, Jim Rohn stressed the importance of making money work for you, instead of you endlessly working for money. This means learning how to invest in assets that generate income, such as stocks, real estate, mutual funds, or even investing in your own skills to create passive income streams. The ultimate goal is to build a system where money continually grows and provides true financial freedom. Jim Rohn also warned about the dangers of reckless spending to maintain a flashy image, buying things you don't need to impress people who don't even really care. Financial discipline is not just about managing money, it's about managing emotions, self-respect, and long-term vision. In short, if you want to not only become wealthy but also stay strong and free, you must learn to develop financial discipline from the smallest daily habits. Start by saving regularly, spending wisely, and investing intelligently. Because, as Jim Rohn taught, wealth is not about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep and how well you grow it. Life is never a smooth road. Anyone walking the path to success quickly realizes that adversity is inevitable. Jim Rohn emphasized, success is not for those who avoid challenges, success belongs to those who know how to overcome them. Difficulties are not your enemy, they are an essential part of growth. The challenges, failures, and disappointments you encounter are not meant to defeat you. They exist to forge inner strength, resilience, and wisdom. Successful people are not those who never fall, they are those who, each time they fall, get up stronger, faster, and wiser. Jim Rohn pointed out that how you respond to adversity determines your entire future. When facing hardship, you have two choices: let it defeat you, or use it as a stepping stone to grow. It is during moments of greatest challenge that true character is formed and hidden strength is awakened. He advised that whenever adversity strikes, ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can I become better because of this experience? By proactively seeking lessons in adversity, you transform every failure into a building block for success. Instead of complaining, blaming, or giving up, you develop the habit of seeing every obstacle as an opportunity for growth. History shows that the most successful individuals, from entrepreneurs to scientists to artists, all endured bitter failures before achieving greatness. There are no shortcuts, no miracles, only perseverance, determination, and the ability to turn adversity into fuel. In short, learning to face and handle adversity positively is an essential life skill on the journey to success. When you stop fearing difficulties and start welcoming each challenge as a teacher, you become unstoppable. Because, as Jim Rohn wisely said, don't wish for less challenges, wish for more skills. In today's society, many people get caught in the race for money, believing that money is the ultimate goal of success. They try every method to increase their income as quickly as possible, from chasing short-term investment trends to overworking themselves just to earn more. But Jim Rohn revealed a deeper truth: don't chase money. Focus on becoming valuable, and money will find you. Jim Rohn believed that the value you provide is the true measure of wealth. Money doesn't come from wanting it. It comes from offering something meaningful to others. The more value you bring, through skills, knowledge, solutions, products, or services, the more opportunities you have to attract money naturally and sustainably. He once said, wages make you a living, profits make you a fortune. He emphasized that working a job can give you stability, but creating value for the marketplace is what opens the door to financial freedom and lasting prosperity. When you focus only on making money, you fall into the trap of short-term thinking, doing anything for quick profits, sacrificing integrity, rushing through processes, or compromising quality. In contrast, if your goal is to help others, solve real problems, and make a meaningful impact, money becomes a natural byproduct of that journey. Think about those who enjoy long-term success. They don't just sell products or services, they deliver true value. They make a difference, and the market is willing, even eager, to pay for the value they provide. Jim Rohn encouraged people to constantly increase their personal value by improving skills, expanding knowledge, building trust, and asking, how can I contribute more, serve better, and help others more effectively? That is the mindset of a success creator, not just a money chaser. In short, if you want to earn more, don't ask how can I make fast money, ask how can I become more valuable to others? When the value you provide is great enough, money won't just come, it will stay. Thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. If you found the content helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos. If you have any questions or want to share your thoughts, feel free to leave a comment below. I'm looking forward to hearing your opinions and having more discussions with you. Thank you so much.